There's a brand new exhibition at the New Britain Museum of American Art, and you can't miss it.
And Melissa Cole's there live this morning to show us why it's all about interaction. Melissa, how is it going there?
Hi guys, yes, we're actually here with the artist himself, Joe Fig. So nice to have you with us.
Of course, happy to be here again, yeah.
And tell us just, again, give us the quick overview on this exhibition.
This exhibition is people contemplating works by Vermeer, which is based off the blockbuster Vermeer exhibition that happened at the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam in 2023.
So you're going around, you're taking photos, and then you kind of decide who you're going to paint?
Yes.
All right, talk about this one.
So for example, in this painting, this is Vermeer's painting of women holding a balance, but what I do is, while I'm at the museum, I'm looking at people who are deeply engaged with the works. This couple was a fantastic example. First off, they were adorable with holding their hands like that, but not only that, she also had this really great red down jacket on, and so I knew them as a couple would be perfect to paint and include in the painting, and it's just a nice intimate moment.
And I feel like you probably notice a lot of sweet things as you're observing people observing art.
I do, and then these particular Vermeers, again, people getting really close, because in real life these paintings are quite small, some of them, probably about 4 by 4 inches. So here, Woman with a Red Hat, these are very detailed paintings of people trying to get in close to the Vermeers.
Okay, I mean, you must have to have the tiniest paintbrush to paint that.
I try to steady my hand as best I can and use the 0.444 brush to really get in there and try to get those points perfect.
I love it. All right, we're going to walk over to a couple new ones. And do people ever come through your exhibition and say, like, that's actually me in the painting?
It's only happened twiise.
Okay.
Yes.
But they must be very excited.
They were excited, and because they also come across it by chance, and they don't know that necessarily like following them around and taking photographs of them. Yeah.
All right. This one here takes it a step further because you've got a woman painting a painting and you painting all of it.
So this painting, these two particular were taken from the Metropolitan Museum, where they have 5 Vermeers. And when I was just recently there, this woman was literally there contemplating Vermeer. And so she was painting this painting of a maid at sleep. And so I thought, oh my gosh, that's just like the perfect meta moment. And yeah.
So this is actually contemplating Vermeer.
Contemplating Vermeer.
We're getting very deep this morning.
Yeah.
All right, let's walk over to this one because it's kind of like, they're kind of together, right?
They are together. So this is one half of the room and this was the second half of the room. And what I loved about this group, so I followed these two guys around. I just love the juxtaposition of these young punk rockers in front of then these classic old masters paintings.
Okay, and actually you can see that this is actually also in this, right? This is part of it?
That is the edge of that painting. So they're not necessarily a diptych, but I wanted to spread it out as if it's one painting.
Okay, so do you take a bunch of photographs and then sift through them and see who you're going to paint?
I take a bunch of photographs. I follow people around. I'm looking really at people who are deeply engaged, not just taking selfies, but people like all of you out there who really love and support our museums and galleries. And so I'll photograph them and then I compose them. I move them around to create these compositions.
Okay, it's really fascinating. There's so much detail in all of them. So thank you so much for joining us. And this actually runs until January, right? So you have plenty of time.
Through January, yeah. I'm thrilled that it's up for so long. Come out and support your museums.
All right, and the museum opens back up on Wednesday, and it's fully air conditioned. We're nice and cool, so could be a nice escape this week for sure. Guys, back to you.
Awesome. Just unbelievable, the detail. And she got the artist.
I know, that is so cool.
So cool.
And just to hear them explain the process.
I know,
and
it's so wonderful.
Yeah. So go and support our local artists in a great spot, as she mentioned, to cool off in the heat.